Live with Tao. How does a master work with a seeker? I will take the examples from a 6th century incident, anecdote with Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma was a Buddhist monk who was born 1000 years after Gautam the Buddha. Emperor Wu of Wu dynasty invited Bodhidharma to come to China. A great master is coming, a Buddhist monk, a master. King was very enthusiastic. He came at the border to receive Bodhidharma along with his retinue, his courtiers, friends, followers, and with so many. When Bodhidharma came, he had one shoe in his foot and the next one was on his head. Something like that. You do not expect such behavior, such way from a master. You have a particular expectation that the master will work that way, this way, or that way. He will be dressed in a particular manner. He will be walking this way. So, the first thing of the master is to break the barriers, the images that you carry within you, that a master is supposed to work in this way or that way. So, the king asked, I have been doing so many social activities that we consider as part of religion, religious activity. I have opened many schools, monasteries, giving free lunches to the people. What is the outcome of all this? Bodhidharma said, you will not get the place even in the 7th hell. This was not expected. The moment you are doing, we consider the charities as an important dimension of spirituality. It has nothing to do with it. So, Emperor Wu asked Bodhidharma, my mind is restless. I am in constant inner turmoil. Give me some peace or give me a secret key so that I can know how to enter into inner silence. Such is the question of each one of you when you come to a master. You want a quick solution to sort out your basic problems relating to so many things. When I said so many things, you can look within you and you can find an answer. Bodhidharma told Wu, you come early in the morning, 4 o'clock, when there is no one here, and when I am all alone, you come to my hut, and remember, bring your restless mind with you. Don't leave it home, and I will settle it. Now, this is not expected from a master. You do not expect. You come and bring your restless mind also. If you say that my son is giving me problems, disturbance, or so bring him with you. So you said your mind is giving you problems, it is restless. So he said to bring him. The king was very much disturbed and he went on thinking, like when someone tells you like that, if I tell you, you will think this man seems to be mad. How can I bring the mind? If you cannot bring the restless mind, how can I put it to rest? So the purpose behind this was to make you aware. What is mind? Conditioned ego, egocentric identities. You are coming to listen to me, but I am using the Sanskrit sutras, now and then the other message of Jesus or this. He always talks about, but your egocentric identity says that I come from Christianity, these things are not acceptable to me. Or I come from Islam, it is not accepted. So you will think that you think the master, you want to manipulate the master. And your experience is the master will, in order to attract the crowd, will say things that will please you. But an authentic master will not say anything that will please you. It is like a surgeon who has to do some kind of a treatment for your. I recall when I was a little boy, we went for a haircut and the barber used a razor blade which was not sanitized. Because of that, some infection came around the ears that took serious note. One of my father's uncle, he was well known for his medical insights. He was a compounder in the hospital. But because of his in-depth understanding, he was very much respected. I went by him. He has to clean that infection, so he has to use whatever it is, and it was hurting. So I said, Grandpa, don't do it, it is hurting. And you know what he did? He shouted at me, shut up, otherwise I'll hit you. Now what you will do in that situation? So a master is like, he is not that kind of, sometimes you tell him about your problems, he will not respond. Sometimes he will say things that you are not expected out of him. You are expecting that, no problem, I'll just do a prayer, I'll do something, and then your mind will be at rest. But he does not so like that. He has to heal you inwardly. This person was to heal my infection, remove the infection, so that the healing, unless the infection is removed, the process of healing will not begin. So you have developed an infection, Bodhidharma. The King Wu has developed an infection that his mind is restless, and it is because of some lack of understanding that, or the malfunctioning, or using the wrong equipments, that this infection happened. It has to be removed. So every time, because of the lack of understanding, you develop some kind of problems which becomes infected, like I am disturbed. You do not understand the functioning of the mind. You say that when I go, the people are attracted towards me. Someone has mentioned, when I visit the marketplace, people are attracted towards me. Okay. So do not question the master. He listens to you. He works because the work has to be done at a certain level, not the level of the mind. By talking, it will not help. If I tell that person that you should not be going to the market or something, or they don't pay attention or something, it will not work. So it has to work at a certain level which is deeper than the surface, and for that he will simply say, okay, I heard it, I know it, so don't worry. The Bodhidharma was a unique master in his own way. The way he looked, you will feel afraid of him. Not a pleasant look. Gurdjieff was one of them. Gurdjieff is talking to someone very pleasantly, and all of a sudden door opens and somebody flutters in. As he flutters in, Gurdjieff will look at him and make a gesture that the person gets afraid. What kind of person is this? I have not done anything, but he is looking at me with this. So sometimes you have not done anything, but this person is looking towards me in a very different manner. Something like, the eyes full of lust. What can I do? I cannot avoid. We encounter in the marketplaces because I cannot stop going there. So he will listen to you, and the moment you have mentioned it to him, his process of transformation begins to work. He will not say anything, but process has begun. So king was very much disturbed, thinking that this man seems to be mad. He says, bring your disturbed mind with you. Don't leave it at home. So this much king was aware. How can I? Mind is not something tangible which you can bring it, like you have a problem with your phone. You tell the technician, so master is that technician. He says, the technician will tell you, when you are coming, bring your phone with you and I'll fix it. So Bodhidharma said, your mind is a problem, bring your mind with you and I'll fix it. So don't leave the mind at home, otherwise who am I going to silence? So if you do, I said, you come to the technician, he said, I forget the phone. Then what am I going to fix it? The problem is in your phone. Bring your phone or laptop or equipment and I will fix it. I'm a technician. I'm an engineer. So master is the technician of the inner. He is the engineer of the inner engineering. So I will fix it. The king left, but he was more disturbed than ever. He had been thinking that this man seems, is he a sage? That time the question comes in your mind. Is he a sage or a wise man? He was thinking that he is a sage, he is a wise man, and he will give me a secret key or something, and then I will just follow that and put my mind into. If your problem with the phone is a wider problem and you are not aware of it, you cannot fix it on your own. You need a technician. Sometimes you encounter that kind of a problem. So you go to the person who is more familiar with it and you get it fixed. So the other day I developed a problem with my iPhone. While the incoming calls, the sound was not coming. So I asked somebody without looking into, He go there's a 15-20 minutes. He said it's not fixing. I'll have to spend more time. So I told him, I said, just go on YouTube video and check the problem, and it will find the solutions. He could not fix it. Then I took it. Went into. He said there could happen because of few reasons. First is there is a volume up or down button. It may be down or it may be off. So you fix that. If not, there is a top button that is to mute your phone or unmute it. So you can check that. Or go into the settings. So few options were there. So I tried this option, that did not work. That option, that was correct. Then he said to check, the last thing is to check it. And the person said it is very simple. 1, 2, 3 steps and your problem will be rectified. So the master said 1, 2, 3 steps. You come, bring your mind, and I will fix it, and it will be at rest. It will not disturb you anymore. But you think, if someone tells you about the mind, that this man seems to be mad, you are thinking that he will give you something that you can just do and it will be fixed. He was thinking that he will give him a key. Whatsoever he said seems to be foolish. Bring your mind. But if a technician tells you, bring your phone or device, I will fix it, you find it okay. How can one leave one's mind at home? Your phone is like your mind. Wherever you go, your phone goes with you. Very rarely or by mistake or something you leave at home. So king could not sleep. The eyes of Bodhidharma and the way he looked at him, he was hypnotized, as if a magnet was pulling him towards that. This is the way of the masters. The magnet. But magnet can attract only metals. If you are a metal, you come in contact with the magnet, something will flow from the magnet to the metal in the form of magnetic field. And with that contact, the certain qualities of the magnet will be transferred to the metal. And the longer it remains in that association, that metal will also develop magnetic qualities. That is how, in experiment, we were shown how to convert a metal. You take a piece of iron and you place the bar magnet, and from north pole to south pole, you pull it like that a couple times, and then if you take that metal and bring it in contact with a straight pin, it will be pulled towards that piece of iron, because in that association with the magnet, some of the magnetic quality has been transferred to this magnet, to this piece of metal. But it will not be as a strong magnetic field as in the magnet. But this is how a metal is converted into a magnet. So this is how a disciple, when he comes into the contact with the master, something of him is rubbed onto the disciple, and he develops some of his qualities. So he could not sleep. It was as if the magnet was pulling. He could not sleep the whole night. At the hour he was ready, he did not want to go, because he thought that this man seems to be mad, and going so early in the darkness when there was no one, he was wondering what he will do. He could do anything, the kind of a madman he is. But he went. He was so attracted that in spite of himself, he went. And the first thing Bodhidharma asked, he was sitting before his hut and with a small staff in his hand, a piece of a stick in his hand, and he said, okay, so you have come. Where is your restless mind? Have you brought that? I am ready to silence it. The emperor now said, what are you talking about? How can I forget the mind? It is always there with me. Bodhidharma said, where? Where is it? Show it to me and I will silence it. So if a technician tells you, you said, oh, you have come? Good. Where is the phone? Give me the phone and I'll fix it. 1, 2, 3 and I'll fix it. So Bodhidharma said, 1, 2, 3, I'll fix it. Give me the mind, show me. It cannot put it in my hand. I cannot put it in my hand, it is with me. So that much King knew. So Bodhidharma said, okay. Now, because mind cannot be brought out, mind will remain within. It is within. It is an intrinsic, it is not a tangible thing like a phone. It is something that you don't know, but everybody talks about mind, mind, mind. Ego. The egocentric identities, your conditionings. You have conditioned your mind that a master will walk in a particular manner. He will look like this, he will do this. When it is not there, you are disturbed. You are asking me to sort out your problem. You are asking me to sort out your problem. I said, this is what happened with Nanin. One of the Zen masters, a professor of philosophy, came to him and he said, I wanted to discuss with you something. So Nanin was living up the hill. So he has to climb up the hill to reach by Nanin. When you reach there, the master said, you seem to be tired. You seem to be tired. So let me make a cup of tea. Maybe while having tea, your problem will be solved. So professor thought, what kind of foolish man is this? He is saying that by drinking tea, maybe your problem will be solved. How can problem be solved? By having a cup of tea. But he has no option. So he said, anyways, I have come here and the tea will not make a difference. I will have a cup of tea and escape from here. So Nanin made the tea, brought the tea in a teapot, brought a cup with a saucer. So he handed over this cup with saucer to the professor and started pouring the tea. As he continued to pour the tea, the cup was full. And when the cup was full, he continued to pour. But the professor remained quiet. Maybe he will stop. Then the tea started overflowing from the cup into the saucer. In the process, the saucer also got full. So until the cup was full, the professor was quiet. And until it started overflowing from the cup into the saucer, he was silent. The moment saucer started overflowing, the king said, stop, what kind of nonsense are you doing? You can't see the cup is full. The saucer is full and it can absorb, can take no more tea, and you continue to pour. He said, exactly like this. This is my answer. You are already so much full with your egocentric identities and your nonsense, so-called intellectual nonsense, so-called your wisdom that you consider it wisdom. And unless you are empty of this, I cannot full into it. I cannot give you my insights. So first you have to empty yourself. And this was the unique way of the master to sort out and explain to him his problem. So Bodhidharma said to him, close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes and try to find out where is your mind. And the moment you could catch hold of him, open your eyes and tell me, I will still it. So first he said, hammered him to bring the mind with you. Don't leave it at home. So when he said, mind is always with me, just as my phone always remains with me. Wherever I go, I always go with my phone. Okay. So you brought your mind. No, I cannot bring the mind. Mind is inside. It is in me. All right. Okay. So you understand that mind is inside you. Now sit down, close your eyes, and find out where it is. So another way. And the moment you find it, open your eyes and tell me it is here and I will still it. In that silence, and with this madman, the emperor closed his eyes. He tried and tried. And he was afraid also because Bodhidharma was still sitting with a big thick piece of staff, sota, that we call in Hindi. If you do not listen, he will give you a sota marega. Any moment he can hit. He tried and tried and tried, looked everywhere. In every corner of his being, where is that mind which is restless? And the more he looked, the more he realized that this restlessness is disappearing. Because mind does not exist. Mind is your conditioned identities that I am Muslim, I am Hindu, I am an American, I am already this, that, and so my religion says this and that. If that has helped you to be quiet, meditative, then you don't need to come to the doctor, to the physician. You have come to me, that means you know nothing. You are simply pretending and you are living in an illusion. So he looked and looked everywhere, in every corner of his being. Where is that mind which he was talking about, restless? And the more he looked, the more he realized that restlessness has disappeared. And the more he tried to search it, like a shadow, it was not there. 2 hours passed. And he was not even aware what had happened. Not even aware what had happened. His face became silent. He became like a Buddha statue. And then, with the rising sun, Bodhidharma said, now open your eyes. It is enough. 2 hours are more than enough. Now you can tell me, where is it? Where is your restless mind? The emperor opened his eyes. He was with tears in his eyes. He was as silent as a human being can be. He bowed down his head in gratitude to Bodhidharma and said, you have silenced it. You have silenced it. Emperor Wu has written in his autobiography, this man is miraculous, magical, not doing anything. He silenced my restless mind, and I also did not do anything for it. I just entered myself. And tried to find where is it? Where is my restless mind? Of course, he was right when he said to locate it. Where is it? And just the effort to locate it, and it is not found there, you will not find your ego anywhere. If you go in, if you search it, it will not be there. It is a shadow. It has never existed. It is just a false substitute. It has some utility. Your utility, that I am a man, I am an American, it has a certain utility in certain fields, but not otherwise. In the inner world, all these things are useless. It is like your shoes. When you are entering the temple, you have to take off your shoes. You cannot walk inside the temple with your shoes on. Shoes have a utility while walking on the road, but shoes have no utility when you come in. Your egocentric identities have a utility when you are living in the outer world, but when you are coming to the inner world, does it have any utility? Like the shoes, you have to leave it at the doorstep. It has some utility. That is why you have invented it. Because you do not know your real being, so you are carrying a false identity. When I ask you what is your name, you said my name is such and such. My name is Dr. X. Doctor is not your name. Doctor is a degree that you obtained by virtue of your education. Your name is simply by which you are identified. It is not, sometimes people say, what is your name? Mr. X. Mr. is not your name. It is an identification. I can see you that you are a male. So I will not address you as a female. So you don't need to say I'm Mr. This is egocentric identities. What is your name? Tao. What is the last name? This is all. No beginning, no end. Nothing before Tao, nothing after Tao. Simply, my name is Tao. I am not my name. I am known by this name. I am recognized by this name among my fellow friends and disciples. I am known by this identity, Tao. So do not call me Mr. Tao or Sir or anything else, just Tao. I am identified with that. Any name you will use to address me, the moment I know that you are addressing me, I will respond. Krishna tells Arjuna, I have no name, no form, no shape. The egocentric identity, like a shoe, has some utility. So you have invented the shoes. Your clothes have some identity for certain purposes, so you use it. When you are alone, you don't need clothes. You are empty. So the meditation is being empty. When you are empty, you are undressed completely. You are naked. You have no shoes on. You have no clothes on. Clothes means the outer appearances. Ego is the clothes. It has a utility for some purposes, but otherwise it is not. Because you do not know your real being, the real center, and without the center it is difficult to function. You have created a fiction, a fictitious center, and you are functioning through it. And that is what your egocentric identities, name, fame, all these things. The real center is hidden deep within you. But you have created false centers around you. Ego is the false center, a substitute center. So remember this. How does a master work with a seeker? Enough for now. Take care and do have a pleasant day.